Well, this guy is seriously a big baby. He's one of the newest members here at the Indy Zoo, and coming up, we'll introduce you to the personality behind the hype. The women's Final Four has rolled into town. 30,000 people are expected to show up, and now's your chance to test your shot. You can still see the police tape up from where officers responded to a call from a woman saying that her husband was beating her repeatedly over the head, went through her boyfriend's cell phone, and what she found there led to a rape charge. As of noon Monday, all but one of the Indiana-based Fortune 500 companies had seen a 5% or more drop in their stock prices. Snow's falling, it's below freezing out here, we're by the interstate, but Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and you know what? It's not going to stop this flower vendor from doing her job. The American Red Cross has been here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway all day, and they're giving back by giving blood. So when someone broke into the garage of their sick neighbor, they took action. Barbara Wills won't let you tiptoe around it. She's a crazy cat lady.
I'm insane. And consider I'm really allergic. I am insane.
Allergic to all 103 of the felines who call her house on North College home.
A majority of them would have been euthanized.
It's called Cat Haven, a sanctuary Wills began running when she picked a paraplegic cat off the streets 25 years ago.
There's no vacations. I'm just learning to take days off. I worry a lot about money because it takes $15,000 a month to run this.
Cat Haven doesn't qualify for many grants, so Wills relies on full-time employee Deanna Johnson and donations from the community for support. Those donations are essential because most of these cats have special needs or were abandoned.
Well, there's Biscuit, three-legged, deaf, blind, always looks for fairies. Razzle Dazzle was adopted, came back when his owner died. He'd been gone 12 years. Scylla is our hemophiliac girl who's been cleared for adoption.
If you come round looking to adopt one, though, she might be a little bit skeptical. Some people come to Cat Haven hoping to bring one into their home, but return them once they realize just how much work it takes.
Some of them are adoptable, but it would take a special person.
At the end of the day, though, they might not want to leave. These cats are living their best and cushiest lives under Will's watchful eye.
These guys have a home setting. They have the TV, they have their music at night, they have bird feeders, they have an outside enclosure for those who want to go out in it. They have a home.
Will says all the feedings and 6 daily loads of laundry she does are worth it. She's made it her mission to give these animals a life worth living. And allergies or not, she won't stop now.
I have an inhaler on my desk. Twice a year I end up at med check with a really bad case of, don't you know that you shouldn't be around cats? Get the lecture.
Because what can she say? She's crazy about them.
I couldn't let them die. I couldn't let them die.
On the north side, I'm Madison Stacey, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
And as Madison Stacey reports, there's more to explore.
Below the rolling hills and farmland in southern Indiana is a whole other world.
There's not a whole lot of frontiers left on the earth. You know, there's the ocean that's unexplored, maybe outer space, but caves are one of the few places where a person can go that nobody has ever been, and that makes it kind of unique.
The Binkley Cave System in Corydon is a network of caves that extends for 42 miles. It's Indiana's largest cave system, and much of it is unexplored.
They think of Indiana as soybeans and cornfields, but this part of Indiana down here that wasn't glaciated is just like the Ozarks, and as we say, it has some of the biggest caves in the world in it.
Gary Robertson first crawled into a cave as an 11-year-old Boy Scout and took to exploring underground as soon as he could drive. He's a big reason why people can now venture safely into a small section of Binkley at Indiana Caverns. Robertson and his group venture through total darkness for hours at a time, sometimes doing a military crawl through tight passageways. They keep discovering more areas of the cave, and it keeps getting longer and longer. It used to be about 22 miles, but now it's 42. Robertson suspects there could easily be about 100 miles in the cave system. It already ranks among the largest in the country, and it might be the longest cave system that's privately owned. A portion of it, though, is open to the public. Making it so wasn't easy.
It was really hard. I mean, that's the bottom line. It took us 54 weeks to develop the cave. There was about 6 people doing all the work underground, and just you'll see when you go in there, tons and tons of steel, boats that went in on zip lines, and a lot of blasting with and stuff. Developing a cave is not something you go out and hire a construction company to do it unless you're the government. Otherwise, you kind of got to do it on a shoestring.
Boat rides let visitors venture through the winding underground passageways where prehistoric bears used to sleep.
It's another bear bed up top there.
And blind cave critters have lived for thousands of years. Paleontologists are still shuffling through the vast amounts of prehistoric skull and bone that are left in the cave, and they've discovered places where a herd of flat-headed peccaries, a prehistoric boar, got trapped and fought to get out, or a juvenile bison died. That room of Indiana caverns contains valuable information for these scientists and was discovered by adventurers who were willing to dig just a little bit deeper.
We were the first people there. It just so happens, I can't take credit for that, but it just so happens we were there, and that was a really neat thing to be a part of, and knowing that there's a treasure trove of information for other people to come along and study.
They need a special permit to get behind the ropes at Indiana Caverns and conduct their studies, but tourists can visit all year round. And whether it's July or December, it's always a moderate 57 degrees down here. It'll be up to the next generation to continue the work exploring the caves. Robertson doesn't see an end to it in his lifetime.
Who knows, some 11-year-olds may crawl through the saber-tooth cave and decide, hey, I want to be a cave explorer, and he can have a career like I've had in the future. You know, you never know.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Madison Stacey.